It is day 20 of a catastrophic nationwide grid collapse. The fragile veneer of civil society has completely evaporated. Law enforcement does not exist. The emergency dispatch lines are dead, silent, static. The starvation phase has peaked, and organized, desperate raiding parties are systematically moving through the affluent suburbs, looking for any remaining resources. You are sitting in your living room in the pitch black when you hear it. The sound of breaking glass and heavy footsteps 3 houses down. The mob is on your street. Your normalcy bias and Hollywood survival fantasies instantly hijack your rational brain. Panic sets in. You look at your heavy, reinforced steel front door and decide you are going to make a final stand. You drag your heavy oak dining table across the hardwood floor. You push your massive 3-piece sectional couch against it. You haul heavy wooden bookshelves and stack them floor to ceiling against the primary entryway, piling over 600 pounds of dead weight against the door. You stand back, breathless and sweating, looking at your massive indoor fortress. You feel completely secure. You believe you have just built an impenetrable suburban Alamo, and your family is safe from the chaos outside. You just made a fatal, irreversible tactical error. You have not secured your family's survival. You have just engineered a catastrophic, inescapable death trap. You have successfully built a fatal firebox, permanently sealed your own primary egress route, and you were about to get your entire family killed. The suburban barricade fantasy is one of the most delusionally dangerous and widespread myths in the amateur home defense community. Driven by action movies and a profound misunderstanding of modern suburban psychology, the amateur survivalist treats a modern suburban home like a medieval stone castle. To understand why this barricade is a death sentence, you must brutally analyze the architectural reality of modern residential construction and the unforgiving physics of a siege. First, look at the geometry of your house. You just spent 20 minutes exhausting your adrenaline and burning precious calories to move 600 pounds of furniture against your front door. A front door that is likely made of solid core wood or steel, seated in a reinforced frame and secured with a deadbolt. You spent all your energy blocking the absolute strongest, most fortified point of entry in your entire house. But what is on the back of your house? You have a massive, fragile, 6-foot-wide sliding glass patio door. You have giant single-pane living room windows sitting only 3 feet off the ground. You have a hollow-core wooden door leading into the garage. To an organized, predatory mob, your front door is completely irrelevant. They are not going to line up in your front yard and attempt a medieval battering ram siege against your heaviest barricade. The absolute second they encounter resistance at the front, the tactical breakdown is immediate. They will simply walk around to the backyard and shatter your fragile sliding glass patio door with a $5 claw hammer in exactly 3 seconds. You spent an hour moving couches to block a steel door while leaving your architectural glass jaw completely exposed to the dark. But the trap goes much deeper, and the physiological threat is infinitely deadlier than a broken window. You must understand the psychology of a starving, grid-down raiding party. They do not want to engage in a fair, kinetic gunfight with an entrenched homeowner. They want your food, your water, and your medical supplies with zero risk to themselves. If they see a heavily barricaded house, they know immediately that someone is inside, and that someone is hoarding high-value resources. When a predatory mob cannot easily breach your home, or when they want to force you out into the open, they will use the ultimate, ancient tactical equalizer: fire. All it takes is a single Molotov cocktail or a glass bottle filled with scavenged gasoline in a burning rag, thrown through your shattered back window. This is the exact moment the trap officially snaps shut. A modern suburban home is not built from stone and heavy timber. It is constructed from cheap pine, drywall, engineered wood glues, and highly flammable synthetic petroleum products. Within 60 seconds of ignition, your living room is engulfed. But the fire is not what will kill you. The chemical chemistry of the smoke will. Modern couches, mattresses, and carpets are manufactured using synthetic polyurethane foam. When polyurethane foam burns, it does not just produce regular wood smoke, it undergoes a violent chemical reaction, releasing massive clouds of lethal hydrogen cyanide and carbon monoxide. As the toxic, pitch-black smoke rapidly fills your home, it banks against the ceiling and violently pushes downward. The physiological breakdown is terrifying. Within 2 breaths of hydrogen cyanide, your cellular respiration halts, your blood oxygen levels plummet, you experience severe cognitive collapse, blinding eye pain, and your lungs begin to violently spasm. You have roughly 90 seconds of usable consciousness before asphyxiation sets in. In a blind panic, coughing and choking in absolute pitch-black darkness, you grab your family and run to the primary exit, the front door. But you cannot open the front door because you spent an hour stacking an immovable 600-pound mountain of couches, heavy oak tables, and bookshelves against it. Your adrenaline is gone. Your oxygen is depleted. In the blinding, toxic smoke, you possess zero kinetic leverage to move the massive weight you meticulously stacked. The back of the house is a wall of fire, and the front of the house is permanently sealed by your own hands. Your defense mechanism has actively trapped you inside a toxic gas chamber. You will burn alive inside the exact fortress you thought would save you. You must completely abandon the Hollywood barricade fantasy. You cannot treat a suburban drywall box like an impenetrable bunker. True grid-down home defense relies on 3 absolute pillars: early warning, layered deterrence, and unobstructed exit. You must secure the fragile geometry of your home. You apply 3M security shatter-film to your ground floor windows and sliding glass doors to prevent immediate kinetic entry. You replace the half-inch screws in your door hinges with heavy-duty 3-inch hardened steel screws that bite deeply into the wall studs. You deploy mechanical, analog tripwire alarms around your exterior perimeter to eliminate the element of surprise. But most importantly, you never, under any circumstances, permanently block your primary escape routes. You must always maintain fluid, unobstructed kinetic mobility. If a superior force uses fire or overwhelming numbers, your home is no longer a fortress. It is a compromised structure, and you must execute an immediate tactical exfiltration. Grid-down home defense is a brutal, unforgiving test of physical reality versus amateur paranoia. Stop turning your home into a fatal firebox. Understand the brutal chemistry of modern construction. Maintain your egress routes. Master your layered defense. Don't be a target.